Hey, good afternoon. Russell Hotels going live on a Saturday. Yeah, today's Saturday. I know what day it is. You guys probably thought I lost my track of days and time because I didn't do a live yesterday, right? I didn't do one yesterday, which was Friday, because I was doing some other stuff. But hey, who said that lives are just for Monday through Friday? Who said that they can't be done on the weekends? So yeah, so I said, you know what? I'm here watching the women's NCAA basketball tournament and all that stuff. I said, you know what? I'm gonna take a little break from watching that, and I'm gonna do a live today. If people aren't on live or not live right now, kind of seeing me right now, that's okay because the replay will still be there. So it doesn't matter if people are. I mean, of course, I love people to come on and because we're all about engagement, right? But if they're busy, if they're doing other things, that's fine. They'll catch me on the replay, and that's fine. But today I'm treating it just like I'm treating this Saturday just like it's a Friday or a Monday. Okay. So anyway, Russell Hotels going live just for a couple of minutes. Like I said, this is the daily check-in, right? So doing a daily check-in on Saturday. Normally it goes Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But today I said, you know what? I didn't do one yesterday. I had a couple minutes today. I said, you know what? Let's do it now. And then on Tuesday, I do On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everybody's talking about. I'm sure you heard of it, right? No, I'm just joking. But anyway, real quick, if you look right here, you guys may have seen this before, where top 40 hospitality podcasts for 2024. Well, another something else has been added to that list, right? And once again, I want to thank the International Hospitality Institute, for another distinction or another recognition, and that's top 100 social media influencers for 2024 within the hospitality space. So I do appreciate that. I don't take that lightly. That people do see what you do and they like what you do, and kind of respect it and recognize it, and that's what it's all about, right? So I just appreciate just being mentioned in the same breath with a lot of heavy hitters within the hospitality space who are influencers. So I do appreciate that. I just call myself I just create content, and I'm just glad that people listen to the content or read the content or watch the content. So I do appreciate it. But as far as influencer, I, that term I don't know, because I've been involved in the industry for a long time, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's fine. I mean, if that's what they're calling us, that's fine. But I'm a content creator. Okay, I'm a content creator. I do hotel site selection for companies and organizations. I do hotel consulting, so I do those things. But I guess along the way, if I can influence some people as far as what hotels to stay in and stuff like that, that's a good thing as well, right? So anyway, that's it. But I actually have an agenda, a topic today, right? So people are like, oh, he just came on just to say that. No, 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 no. I actually came on because I got a little topic to go over as well. So, and I should be live on, just so you know, I'm normally live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and X, okay? But I think I'm live on Instagram today. I'm not sure. At least I set it up that way. And Facebook was acting kind of funny, so I may not be live on Facebook. I, I know I'm on YouTube because it did show up, okay? I get notifications that YouTube, Russell's going live on YouTube because I subscribe to my channel. So if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so. Would appreciate it. And every time I go live, you get a notification like bing, Russell's going live, as if you don't get one already. Okay, so but anyway, let's move on because this does not have to be long because I got a game I got to start watching. I stopped the recording, right? So I'm not recording, but stop the TV. But Iowa's on right now, so I'm gonna make sure I watch Caitlin Clark and see, how many threes she gonna hit today. So anyway, if you guys haven't watched the women's NCAA tournament, you're missing out. Okay, you're missing out on some serious superstars over there. You're missing out on a lot of women are more fundamentally sound than men when it comes to certain sports, and basketball is one of those, right? So if you look at that, they don't make a lot of they make mistakes and stuff like that, but as far as hot dogging and using athleticism for instead of just doing the fundamentals, guys that get carried away with that lack of fundamentals. The women, they take pride in the fundamentals, and that's the part of the game that I love. So just watch the women. If you don't watch it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, that's it. So okay, my topic for today, real quick. What's the GM's role in the sales process? This is the hotel general manager, right? Now remember, I used to be a hotel general manager, so I speak from some, a way of experience, right? Because I used to be a GM. I've been a director of sales and marketing. I kind of know what what their role is, or maybe what it should be. So it's not the end all be all. Every hotel is different, and every hotel size is different. But if you're a general manager, ultimately the success or failure of that hotel, it depends on you. And if that's operational or if that's sales, the success or failure of that hotel depends on you and your efforts. Okay. So I know that because I've been a GM before. So there you go. So I'm going to go into that. I got a couple. I'm going to go over like 6 today and 7 on Monday. Okay. Because I'm doing this again on Monday. I don't want to, bombard you with like 13 of them on the Saturday, right? I want you to be able to digest this or, marinate and percolate on this information I'm going to give you. Okay. So, and feel free to make your comments. The comment section is open. So if you want to make comments, you say, hey, what's going on? Hey, do you know today's Saturday? What the hell's wrong with you? Whatever you want to say, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, it's all about engagement, and I welcome the engagement. I welcome questions. I welcome all that stuff. So, okay. So these are the 6 things I'm going to go over real quick. And this is the role of a GM, a hotel general manager, in the sales process. A hotel general manager plays a significant role in the sales process of a hotel, while the primary responsibility for sales and marketing often falls on the sales and marketing team. The GM's involvement is crucial for the success of the sales efforts. Here are some specific examples of a role a hotel GM plays in the sales process. Okay, the first one is setting sales goals. The GM typically collaborates with the sales and marketing team or the director of sales and marketing to set sales targets and revenue goals for the hotel. These goals should be realistic and align with the overall business strategy. So a lot of times, the GM comes up with numbers, or maybe corporate comes up with numbers, and then basically the salespeople have to back their efforts into those numbers, right? So the numbers are there, right? Okay, this is what we want to make. Okay, is it realistic? Sometimes they don't know if it's even realistic, right? But a lot of times you just back the numbers in, or back your efforts into those numbers. These are the efforts I'm going to do to achieve these numbers. Okay, well, the GM should be a part of that, right? He or she should buy off and sign off on all your efforts, or whatever you're going to do. If we're doing things, if we want more group business, okay, they need to know that. Okay, where are you getting this group business from? Where's it coming from? What did we do last year, the previous year? Can we do that this year? These are discussions that directors of sales and marketing, the sales team, and a general manager need to know. And throw that revenue manager in there as well, okay, or dorm, or whatever you want to call them. So they need to know all that stuff. And what about, catering and food and beverage, all that stuff as well. They need to be involved in that too. So the GM's job is not just to walk around and be in meetings all day long, right? Their job is to make sure that, numbers are being met, the sales are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Salespeople are showing up when they're supposed to, that they are the gatekeeper, hold people accountable. Okay. But they still have to buy off on those goals. Okay. They have to, whatever the goals are for the year, they need to buy off on it. They need to know exactly how we're going to get there. Okay, it shouldn't just be the director of sales and marketing. He or she only knows this, like it's like a guarded secret that's kept in a vault where you don't know until you go in there with the combination. Only a few people know. No, he or she should know that as well. The second one is the sales strategy development. The GM is involved in the development of the hotel sales and marketing strategy. This includes identifying target markets. Yeah, where are you getting this business from? What markets are you targeting? Is this a hotel that's going to do more Smurf this year? More sports, more corporate. Everybody wants corporate, right? But is that realistic, right, for your hotel? So you have to identify which markets we're going to go after. Okay. Typically, hotels already have that, but maybe you want more of that business. Maybe you hadn't been getting, you haven't concentrated enough on getting group corporate business or tour and travel business. Maybe the mix is changing or whatever. Well, he or she needs to know that, and you need to know exactly what you're going after. This includes identifying target markets, pricing strategies, and promotional activities. So yeah, what promotions are we going to do? Okay, he or she needs to be in on that as well. Pricing decisions. The GM may be involved in pricing decisions, especially for high value clients or during peak seasons. They must balance revenue goals with maintaining the hotel's competitiveness. Yes, you're going to make sure your rates are competitive. He or she should know of course they know who the comp set is, because they're responsible for knowing, the comp set, the indexes, and, are you getting 100% of your, revenue or RevPAR, occupancy, and ADR? Are you getting 100% of that? That's basically a report card for the STAR report, which is a report card for hotels, right? Every day, week, monthly, quarterly, annually, whatever, he or she knows exactly where you stand versus your competition. Okay, so all that stuff is important, right? Pricing decisions, and then you want to throw in that revenue manager or director of revenue management that you have to make sure that he or she is vetting out these rates and make sure we're not taking anything lower than this. Okay, we got conventions going on, we got citywide conventions. We need to protect these particular rates. We're not giving it rates lower than this. We're not doing any employee rates. All that stuff needs to have a strategy behind it. It doesn't just happen. It has to be a strategy behind that. And a lot of times ultimately the gatekeeper should be the general manager. Boom. Relationship building. Building and maintaining relationships with key clients, travel agents, event planners, and corporate partners is crucial. The GM may personally engage with important clients and participate in networking events to strengthen these relationships. Yeah, the GM's job is to, go out and be an advocate for the hotel, right? And that sometimes that means having their own clients. I used to have my own, a couple clients that I would have myself, because I used to be a director of sales and marketing at the same hotel I became a general manager at, right? So it was easy for me to just absorb, hey, I'm going to take this particular account or this client or whatever. And I would do sales calls on them. I would invite them over, all that kind of stuff. And if it came down to the contract, I would just turn that over to the, director of sales, and can you assign this to someone? Because I don't need to do that, but I just need to make sure that business is coming in, right? And a lot of times we need the GMs to, as salespeople, we need them to meet with our clients, especially if we're entertaining. Even if we're entertaining, like we're taking a group of clients to, say, the Universal Studios, let's just say that. The GM needs to show up for that, at least initially, and say, hey, I just want to come and say, hey, you guys have a great time, but I just want to come and say, hey, and thank you for your business, all that kind of stuff. Or if you're having, this is one thing that I always wanted when I was a general manager. Every time my salespeople entertain at the hotel, if it's a breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever, let me know. I'll come by the restaurant and say, hey, just a couple minutes, just say, hey, whatever, you're in good hands here. But, I'm Russell. This is my card. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to give me a call. You always want to know that, you always want them to know that, oh, this is the person that's in charge. Okay, just in case all hell breaks loose one day. Your salesperson is capable of doing whatever he or she needs to do, but just in case, it's good to have that person, the person supposedly at the top of the food chain in the hotel, right? Why not do that? So why not go to, if it's local? I mean, I used to have a GM that he would go, they would, like I would do, when I was a sales manager, I was Sacramento, like the government and association market were, my responsibility, right? That was part of my, those were my clients, government and association in Sacramento. So once a month, we went to Sacramento, or I went to Sacramento representing the hotel. And one time I remember my GM and my director of sales said, hey, we want to go to this, it was SGMP and Cal SAE. They want to go to the lunch, the Cal SAE lunch, and as well as the SGMP mixer, which was at night. And I'm like, okay, it caught me off guard, right? Because okay, they're really into the sales, right? And I thought that was the greatest thing. It didn't put me off because I was going to do my job regardless if they were there or not. I was going to work the room like I normally do, right? I was going to introduce them to people that I know, and which that's what I did. I said, hey, this is so and so. This is, this is my client with, whatever XYZ government company or government organization, whatever the heck it was. It was the greatest thing, right? And that's when I learned that GMs need to be a part of the sales team. They need to go out and see exactly what your salespeople are doing, right? Because the DOS can say one thing, but like I said, the GM is ultimately responsible for everything in the hotel, right? So this GM, I didn't know that he was, he came from a sales background. I didn't know that. I had no idea, right? So that just led me to asking questions like, "Hey, were you ever in sales?" And he said, "Yeah, I used to be. Back in the day, I used to be a sales manager, and we used to do this and do that, do these road shows and all this stuff." So he started telling me these things. I started learning from him because showed up at one of the functions that I was doing or that I was attending. So I think it was great, right? So GMs, yes, you can or you should. I mean, you can do whatever the heck you want to do. You're the general manager, right? But yes, building relationships, maintaining relationships with key clients, going to events, all that stuff, networking events is just as important for you to go as it is for your sales manager or your director of sales and marketing to go. Like I said, you're the top person at that hotel, and that goes a long way when you're trying to get a client to come over, right? You can sometimes close the deal, seal the deal. The GM comes over like, oh my God, yeah, let's, I understand you're having this. And if you know something about that client or you know something about their group, even more better, right? The more the better. The more knowledge you know about that particular client or that group, the room night potential, is it an annual or is it a one-time thing versus maybe it's going to be a repeat business? Whatever it is, let the GM know, give him or her all the information so when they do meet the client, they can intelligently discuss their program. That blows people away. So you have to have them in there. Why not? Use them. What's the next one? Supporting sales team. I'm almost done. Don't worry. How much time? 17 minutes. I got like 3 minutes. Come on, give me a break. Help me out here. Supporting teams, supporting the sales team. The GM provides support and guidance to the sales team. This may involve training, setting expectations, and providing resources to help the team meet their sales targets. Yeah, resources. If you need something, if it's something that's affecting you doing your job, maybe you need a new laptop, talk to the general manager. Maybe you need more money to wine and dine your clients. Okay, talk to the GM. Let them know what your plan and what you hope to get from this, right? Because you want to make sure you got that ROI, right? That return on that investment. So whatever it is, come up with a plan. Like, hey, I need more money for this, and I hope to get that. With this investment, this is what I'm trying to get. Okay, because everything has to have, at the end of the day, at the end of that rainbow, there needs to be a pot of gold, okay, or potentially a pot of gold. All right. So, but know who you're in competition with, and let your general manager know, hey, we're competing with this hotel or these hotels for this piece of business, but I need to do this in order to hopefully, persuade them to come our way. Whatever that is, let them know they're there to support you, give you the tools that you need, and then go from there, right? And part of that is, part of the tools that you need is making sure the damn hotel is maintained and cleanliness, and it's maintained. Did I say that like 3 times already? Yes, that's part of it, right? So make sure they're involved in the stand-up meetings. GMs need to be involved in stand-up meetings. What's going on? Oh, in the morning, stand-up meeting is everybody's going through their day. Like, so, okay, Russell, what do you have on schedule for today? Oh, I have a site inspection with XYZ company. Bill Smith is coming over with XYZ company. We're going to see the meeting space. We're going to see some the showrooms, and we're going to have lunch in the restaurant, right? Okay. Everybody there should know, in my area, I need to make sure these things are clean, make sure these things are in order. I got a table in the restaurant, all that stuff, right? Well, the GM needs to make sure that all those people know the importance of this particular group too, right? Because sometimes, It's not our job as salespeople to get in somebody's tail. Okay, it's the GM's job to do that. Okay, it's the GM's job to get in someone's tail, especially if they haven't been doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? So their job is to make sure and make sure the salespeople, you're putting out a like a what do we used to call it, a site inspection report. Of everybody coming in, what the name of the group is, what they represent, how much money, all this kind of stuff, right? So everybody gets a copy of that, and they know exactly what time we're expecting this site inspection, what we're going to do, what we're going to see, what rooms specifically, what rooms we're going to see, what meeting space we're going to see, and we're going to eat in the restaurant at 2 o'clock or whatever the heck it is, and they're going to valet park and all this kind of stuff. All that stuff needs to know, and the GM needs to get a copy of that as well, and make sure that stuff gets taken care of. So that's part of it too, right? That's part of supporting the sales team. Woo, boy, this is a good one. And then the last one for the day, problem resolution. If there are issues or concerns raised by clients or potential clients, the GM may step in to address them, ensuring that customer satisfaction is maintained and potential sales are not lost. Yeah. So if there's an issue, let the GM know. It's his or her job to jump in and say, hey, there's some, we dropped the ball on here, or we want to make sure this is taken care of. Any potential problems or problems that have come up, make sure they know, right? Make sure they're aware of that, and make sure they're brought in the loop, and so they can take care of the situation. Your job is to sell, right? Salespeople's job is to sell. There's other people's job, like the GM, to help with the operational part of it. Okay, so if it's an operational issue, let's get our GM involved. But go through your director of sales and marketing. Voice your concerns to your DOS, and then they will in turn get to the general manager, and things will just go well, like they always do, right? So these are just things that GMs, because a lot of times we don't know what a GM's role is, right? People in sales, people in operation, like, well, what does he or she do? What really? And these are not the end all be all, but this is a start, right? This is something that, and I'm speaking personal, right? These are the things that I was involved in, okay? Because I want to make sure, at the end of the day, it's all my responsibility. Yeah, I have a director of sales and marketing. Yeah, I got food and beverage directors. Yeah, I got restaurant managers. Yeah, I got HR. I got all this stuff for housekeeping. I have all engineering. I have all these things that are under me, and I can lean on them, but ultimately I'm responsible, right? So if I'm not talking to them about getting things done, then shame on me, right? So it's all my responsibility, right? So in sales, the success or failure of that hotel comes down to the general manager. Simple as that. That is it. So anyway, that's it, I think. Yep. Any questions at all? Feel free. And the hotels that I was just showing, the different scenes that I went to, that's the W Hotel in Hollywood. I was there a couple of days ago. I don't show any hotel that I've never been to before. I don't show any hotel that I have not experienced, okay? So keep that in mind, because I get the questions that I get sometimes. Hey, can I send you some photos of my hotel and you can put them up on your show? I'm like, no, I got to actually be there. So give me a call if that's a question that you have. How do you get your photos or videos or logo on this show? Remember, let's back up here, and just in case you forgot this, remember, this is a top 40 hospitality podcast, right? 2024 international. So you never know who's going to be watching this. So if you're interested in that, people seeing your hotel, hey, this is the way to do it. So any questions at all, give me a call, or no, give me an email, russell@russellofhotels.com. You can call me. Go to my website, which is russellofhotels.com. My phone number is there. Please feel free to give me a call. I'm the most accessible person out there, right? So I will answer the phone. Well, if I don't answer the phone, because sometimes I don't recognize these darn numbers. I'm like, well, who the heck is this? It's not in my phone. But I'll call you back. Just leave a message, and I'll call you back. Definitely. Or you can slide into my DMs, or you can instant message me, however you want to get a hold of me, you can, but email and phone calls are welcome as well. So anyway, you guys have a great weekend. Happy Easter to everybody. That's tomorrow, just in case you did not know. It's a wet and rainy Saturday in LA. I don't know if you guys knew that, but yeah, it's been raining all day. I think it's taking a break right now, but it's supposed to come back again tonight and tomorrow. So that's it. So that's what I'm dealing with. And they say it never rains in Southern California. I don't know who said that, but they're lying because it does. And it's been raining and it's going to continue to rain. So anyway, that is it. You guys have a great day. Happy Saturday. And as always, you guys